It's Conway and Larson. I'm Leland Conway along with Mark Larson, and we have a very special guest. It's part 2 of America on the Brink. Tonight, Jessica Malone Patterson is joining us, chair of the California Republican Party. Jessica, welcome back to the program. How are you?
Hey, guys. It's always great to be with you.
You as well. So let's kind of start with the debate aftermath. I just posted a meme on Twitter. It's pretty funny. It's the Will Smith slapping incident that took place with Chris Rock, but they superimposed Tim Walz's face and J.D. Vance. I'm loving the memes that are coming out of last night. I thought Vance did a good job of completely obliterating the media narrative that he's some kind of weird, strange monster. He came off as a gentleman last night.
Well, my love language is memes, so I really appreciate them as well. Of course, we've seen a ton with the waltzes, like crazy eyes, like Woody talking about.
A lot of eye-popping delights there.
We utilized it here and brought it back to California. It's that look you get when you're asking California Dems to lower gas prices instead of raising them like they always do. There was also one of J.D. Vance where he's giving that sure Jan look. And, this is Californians have heard it all before. And outside of the fantastic memes that came out of last night, it was a really substantive debate. And J.D. Vance just absolutely dominated. It was another situation. I think the last time we talked, it was right after the Harris-Trump debate. It was another situation where it was 3-on-1. And J.D. Vance handled it masterfully. He was out there, and every single time they tried to fact-check him, they tried to woman-splain him, they tried to cut his mic. He was cool, calm, and collected. He had a very clear vision for the future of America and what that vision looks like under a Trump-Vance administration. And he's also very clear on what 4 years of a Harris-Waltz administration will look like. And if you're wondering, it's more of the same. So, it's what you've been living under for the last 3.5 years.
Right,
so
and of course, Gavin Newsom's been there longer as lieutenant governor as well. And supposedly we're told now, hey, look, he's making some moves here with these vetoes and signings or ignoring or whatever. He's moving to the middle. Do you buy that? What's going on with Newsom? He's got to be frustrated.
Absolutely
He's not on the national stage right now.
Oh, he absolutely is. He's a broken man. But look at some of these vetoes.
But shiny.
Look at some of these vetoes that he's made. We have Josh Hoover, who beat a 10-year incumbent up in the Sacramento suburbs, and he is the one that forced the audit on the homeless crisis. And we found out that we spent $24 billion, most of which we don't know where any of that money went. He put forward a bipartisan bill that got out of both the Assembly and the Senate that would just have accountability measures for the spending on the homeless crisis. That is one of the bills that Gavin Newsom vetoed. He does not want anyone touching any of that money that's going to all of these dark consultants, the bureaucrats, the red tape. He does not want to make any of the waste, fraud, and abuse go away because that is what makes California's Democrat Party work up in Sacramento. So I think that it's laughable. Anything that he tries going forward, I think that he's still trying to be relevant. That's why he put forward this special session, which will likely result in higher gas prices for Californians. But certainly he is a broken man, and he is just unable to cope, and this is what he's trying to do to cope.
We're talking with Jessica Malone Patterson, the chair of the Republican Party of California. Let's talk about the Jack Smith news today. Of course, a judge unsealed the new charges put forth by Jack Smith. And I was reading through this, Jessica, and I don't know if you've had a chance to see it, but my impression of this is that they've taken things that people around Trump said and conversations they had as they watched returns that looked suspicious, and they're trying to accuse Trump of committing a crime because he might have believed what someone else told him who might have been wrong. It's the most absurd thing I've ever seen, and yet the media is running with it.
I haven't had to dig too deep into it, but this really sounds like more of the same, right? This is why there are so many people within our country that believe that there are two different tiers of justice when it comes to President Trump and everyone else. And, one of the things that he has continually said, like, if they can do this to me, they can do it to you. And that's why, Lady Justice has always had that blindfold. And that's how Lady Justice should be. So when you have these incredibly partisan prosecutors and investigators, and where it looks like they are just trying to find something from anything, and then on the other side, you have some very clear and blatant crimes that are occurring, whether it's Hunter Biden or whoever the big guy is. And there doesn't seem to be the same type of zealous prosecution that we're seeing that when it comes to the Trump family. It just makes a lot of people distrust the justice system. And I think that we cannot be in a worse place when people don't trust that justice is blind.
Is this the October surprise, or is there something else? It's only the 2nd of October.
Well, I don't know if this is the October surprise, but my guess is that they're going to have to do something better, because we've seen over the last several years, every single time they go after Trump, and it is not in a way that people think is fair, that they think is legitimate, it only helps him. So I think that they are playing their cards wrong if this is their October surprise.